Hi, Sue.
Hey, Christina, how are you?
I'm good.
We are getting ready to go live here, so.
Okay,
Need just a second to make sure we're live here.
Hi, Sue.
Hey, Christina, how are you?
I'm good.
We are getting ready to go live here. Okay, as you can tell, we are live.
we're live now.
We are live, yes. I didn't have
Okay, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Public School Retirement System of the City of St. Louis, August 16th, 2021 meeting. And I'm going to start off with the roll call. Sue Kane, would you take that for me?
Sure. Angela Banks,
Here.
Christina Bennett,
Present.
Joe Clark, Tony Cousins, Lewis Cross,
Present.
Sheila Goodwin, Donna Jones,
Here.
Yvette Levy, Bobby Richardson,
Present.
Albert Sanders, and Justin Stein.
Here.
Okay, so we have 7, so we do have a quorum.
Okay, with an official quorum to start the meeting, we're going to move on. We'll start off with the meeting of the board minutes of the trustee meeting for June 21st, 2021. Have you all had a chance to read those? Any questions or concerns? Okay, is there a motion to accept the minutes?
Lewis, I have a question.
Okay,
Okay, on the minutes, bullet number 2, where I say approval of minutes from last meeting, it say Yvette Richardson made a motion.
Oh, okay,
Second by
Okay.
Bobby Richardson.
okay,
okay,
gotcha.
Okay.
okay. Anything else?
That's all I saw so far.
Okay. All right. Okay, is there a motion to accept the minutes with that correction?
Yes, I would like to make a motion to approve the minutes of the last meeting, Board of Trustee regular meeting, June the 21st, 2021, with the following corrections.
Okay, all in favor?
Second.
Oh,
Aye.
I'm sorry, second. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, the motion carries. Okay, consent agenda items for approval, retirement and benefits, July and August of 2021. Is there a motion to accept that?
I, Bobby Richardson, would like to make a motion for the approval of the retirement and benefits, July and August 2021.
Is there a second?
Second. Second.
Chris,
Bennett.
it's been properly moved and second by trustee Bennett. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, it's been properly moved and seconded and passed. Okay, refund distributions paid June and July of 2021. Is there a
I,
motion?
Bobby Richardson, would like a motion for the approval of refund and bills, June 2021 and July 2021.
Okay, is there a second?
Second. Bennett.
Okay, it's been properly moved in second by trustee Bennett. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, all opposed? Okay, it's been properly passed. Minutes of committee meetings. That would be tab 3, Investment Committee, June 17, 2021. That's Christina.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm trying to get there.
Okay,
I was on a different page and it kicked me out of my computer.
all right.
Oops. So do you have that motion up?
I don't have the motion up. It's
I don't
typically-
have my folder with me here at work. I was
Yeah.
looking for it on
Yeah, that's part of just the regular consent agenda.
Okay,
So
we don't have any motions, do we?
I don't think we do anything with those committee minutes.
okay, well, everyone has the minutes. Are there any questions? Okay, do we need a motion to accept them?
Not the committee
Not
minutes.
the
Okay.
committee minutes.
All right then. All right, well then we'll move on to action items, communications and reports, PSR, SSTL, office updates, insurance consultant report, retiree insurance 2022 updates. Okay.
Okay, so a couple of things. Maybe prior to that, I don't have any communications to read to the board. So there's
Okay.
no communications there. And there were no presentations by interested parties. So those are not there, nothing to present to the board at this time either.
Okay. So we can move on to the insurance consultant report.
Yeah, so unfinished business actually goes before that, my report. So I did have on the unfinished business on the agenda, which is item number 6. Hang on, got a couple of people to let back in. So just again, the PSRS office reopening again, that is something we're just looking at right now. Again, things looked pretty positive in June when we spoke, but things have obviously taken a little different turn. We have had 2 folks come in to give us bids on plexiglass. One company just came in today, actually, so I'm waiting for that second bid. The first bid didn't look, like it would be real expensive to do it in the couple of areas that we needed. So I think, we'll just keep an eye on it, get that plexiglass going, and then, possibly an October meeting, depending on how things look, we can go from there with any discussion about office reopening. So, and again, the regulations and the guidance, all that's changing pretty quickly too. So
Exactly.
we'll just keep monitoring. Again, we're continuing to do everything we can for people, doing some, the Dropbox has been awesome. Sometimes people, run in and we run stuff down to them. So, there are some limited interactions, but as far as just generally reopening the office, we'll kind of keep an eye on it for now.
Okay. Okay. Is there anything else, Sue?
Not under unfinished business. The next item would then be the report of the chairperson.
Yes. Again, like I said earlier, welcome everybody. And of course, we have a couple of people. We have a new board member, Tony Cousins, who was sworn in and official. And she's also like Trustee Donna Jones and Trustee Donna Jones. She's also a member of the school board. And I've also had the pleasure of working with Tony, and I just want to welcome her on. I don't know if she's on now or not, but I just wanted to say thank you for coming on, and we look forward to your expertise and knowledge to help grow and improve our organization, the retirement board. One of the issues that I was really happy to see is that we have a phone system now that is state of the art, and people can get into and with not long waits and so forth and so on. And Sue, how is that running so far for you?
It's going well. I have a few comments when we get to my report that I'll share, but yeah, definitely a good experience with the MyTel system. It is definitely a step above where we were, shall we say. It is a cloud-based system still, so not the old traditional phone system, but is a cloud-based system, but actually makes calls and without these long seconds of delay, which is what we had previously. So a lot of nice features that we have in this system, and implementation went really well. Our technology manager worked really closely with MyTel, and I think it went off pretty well. There was a few minor things, but overall it's going well.
Well, that's good, and we look forward to hearing the additional concerns and issues when you make your report. I think that was crucial to the improvement of delivery of services for our retirees and our actives. A phone system is crucial, and we didn't really have the kind of phone system that I think we needed, and so this is good news for us and for the retirees and the actives as well. And anyone else who wants to, and I must mention the fact that it's half the price of the former phone system. So that was a blessing in disguise. Some of the things that I look forward to taking a look at is one, we've spent approximately $13,000 a year for the newsletter. And we're gonna take a look at possibly saving some money in that area by doing some things differently. So the members will be hearing a little more about that as we move forward during the course of the year. But we have a lot of positive things that we're going to put on the table and move forward with this fantastic executive director we have to make things better for everybody. And that ends my report. Okay. Next, report of the executive director, office update. And go ahead, Sue.
Yeah, okay. So just a few things I wanted to share before we talk about the insurance information. Just as an update, as I indicated, I would continue to do, just talking about the deceased retiree overpayments, really status quo on that, nothing new. We have escalated for return. I think one of the large items that I mentioned previously goes back to a retiree that deceased back in July of 2019. And so we're working with Matt in legal to work on that overpayment amount, which is $21,191. So far, no additional overpayments have been discovered for this year. We had just the one for $1,040, and that has been, that amount was collected pretty quickly. We have been working on some possible changes to our death audit process. So we've talked with both our current vendor and another vendor, and so we've got some outstanding items there. But there are some things that we think we can do a little bit differently. And of course, probably at a higher cost. Right now, we're just paying a couple $1,000s a year for the basic services that we have. So we're reviewing some information right now, and I hope to present at the October board meeting some recommendations about possible changes, whether we stay with our current vendor, there is an enhanced service there, or perhaps switch to a new vendor. So just wanted to let the board know that was ongoing. We've also started what we're going to call the birthday card outreach. And this is based on an idea that came about from the NCTR conference that I attended. One of the large teacher state systems in the country, they do this where every year for their retirees 90 years and older, they send them a birthday card. And instead of typically what you would want to do is just send a letter saying, we just want to verify your address, sign this and send it back. So what we're doing is kind of the same thing, only a little friendlier, I guess I would say, with birthday cards. We're saying them a birthday card, they sign and send it back. We have a little trinket that we have donated to us from a senior center. And so it's a heart-shaped item and it has a happy birthday wish on it. So if they send that signed notice to us, then we will send that little item back to them. And so far, since I printed this, we sent out about 40 for our first round. We did some belated birthday wishes. We sent out 40, and we've actually gotten almost 50% return rate. We got a few more returns since I created this. So we're pretty close to a 50% return rate on that mailing. And we're getting some really nice feedback from the retirees that they're very appreciative of the fact that we're reaching out to them and actually recognizing their birthday. And we've also gotten a few return mail, which is a good key for us to go kind of digging around to see what's going on with those retirees. So that's another outreach program that we're starting, and I'll keep everyone posted on that as well. Any questions about those two items before I move on? Okay. And then the phone system, as I mentioned, we do have some better reporting. So I just wanted to share, this was in your packet, and I just wanted to share the week of just some numbers for breakdown by week for the last 5 weeks or so. So we're getting pretty close to about 300 calls a week. They range from, low of 267 to a high of 371. So this is our peak time as far as retirements are concerned. So that week of 8/2, that was to be expected because that was when that first group of retirees was getting their check, their first check. So very high call volume for that week. And I'm also happy to report that now this is all calls coming into the office, not just member services, but 71% of the calls are being live answered. My thought is if we can drill down, and we're going to work with Mitel on better reporting, I think that number would actually be higher if we just looked at member services numbers, because this is everybody's phone calls coming into the system. So I think member services, they're doing an even better job of getting those calls live answered. So I do want to drill down with Mitel and get some better data on the reporting and kind of see, maybe specialize in member services and what it is that they're doing. So another concern is the parking lot. And so we've started prepare on the parking lot. We hired a firm through CBRE to come and do the parking lot work. And so that parking lot work started about 10 days ago. There was a pretty severely damaged area because we had MSD in here doing some repair on the alleyway. They were laying some new lines. So they stored all of our equipment, all of their equipment on our property. As far as I know, didn't ask permission. They just sort of did that. So that really damaged the parking lot. So that area has been repaired. Now, it's not to say our parking lot looks wonderful today, because they've got to let that area stand for about 30 days. Then they will come back and seal the rest of the lot and do striping, including in the easement. So it'll probably be sometime in September that they will come back and do those repairs. So stay tuned on that, but it's getting started. The other item that I wanted to mention is the retirement seminars. We've been doing those throughout the spring and summer. We did those via Zoom and have had really good response. Last year, obviously with the pandemic, everything being so new, not sure what was going on, there were no webinars, retirement seminars. So this retirement seminar provides valuable information to all members about their benefits, how they're calculated, everything as far as they need to know to retire. So we conducted those in May, June, July, and then we have one later this week. So we've had very good attendance and very good feedback. So I just wanted to let the trustees know that that is ongoing as well.
So Tony Cousins wants to know if you could send the link to get on the meeting to.
Yeah, I
you
just
see
let
it?
her in. Yeah, I just let
I'm
her in.
I'm
Okay.
on. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Okay,
I'm
Tony.
on. My apologies.
No problem, Tony. Thank
Yeah.
you for coming in. Okay, go ahead.
So that's all I wanted to share with the group. There was any other questions about this or?
Anybody have any questions about Sue's report?
No, I really like the data and the detail and the information. I
I'm very
appreciate it,
impressed
Sue.
with. Yes. Okay.
Okay,
Our
so-
next item is the insurance consultant presentation, 2022 retiree insurance updates.
So before Mark gets going, I just want to introduce Mark. And of course, I think everybody hopefully knows Dawn. Dawn's the heart and soul of anything that has to do with insurance around here. There's a lot of calls. Why don't I talk to the insurance lady? So everybody knows that's Dawn. So, we have been working with Gallagher for some time now as our benefit consultant. Now, some of you may remember Patrick Harridan as the representative. He's, I think, presented to this group many times. He left Gallagher earlier this year. So we were fortunate enough to have Mark be assigned to our team. We also have Megan McCann on the team, and Mark and Megan did a lot of work on the dental and vision RFPs that went out and the renewals and just really anything and everything to do with the insurance that we offer to our retirees. So I want to introduce Mark, and of course, before we get started, thank him for all his work, and of course, Dawn and all her work as well. And so I'm going to turn it over to Mark, and Mark, I'll get your presentation up here.
Great, thank you. First off, it's very nice to spend time with you this afternoon, and we'll go through the results of the RFP. And I just wanted to comment real quick. It's been a pleasure to work with Sue and Dawn. Very, very conscientious and extremely detailed, and they've put in a lot of hours. But I think when we get to the end, you'll see that I believe the end result is very positive. Next slide. So the agenda, just a quick overview on what Gallagher and the relationship, what we do on a regular basis with the retirement system in St. Louis. We'll quickly go through the 2021 renewal review, take a look at the current enrollments, and then we'll look at the 2022 renewal and RFP summary. The medical plans we'll take a look at for both the active or for the St. Louis Public Schools and the retirement system, and the dental and the vision. And both the dental and the vision went out for a request for proposal. And that process started, I believe, in late June. And now we're going to kind of make our recommendations and give you a summary of how things went. Finally, we'll do a 2022 open enrollment and then talk about next steps. Next. So insurance consultant overview, what does Gallagher do? We monitor your benefit plan performance. We review the health insurance markets and trends with you. If there are certain things you would like to have us explore further, we'd be happy to. We request the renewals and issue the request for proposals for alternate vendors, negotiate with the insurers, and evaluate the alternatives. We coordinate with the St. Louis Public Schools and their consultant because some of your retirement people have access to their benefits. And then we make recommendations to the board. Also, we assist and update the retirement staff throughout the year. If there's any compliance issues or anything, we have a very full, robust compliance area. Next, please. So I'll kind of briefly go through the 2021 renewal review, just kind of get us centered. The St. Louis Public Schools for 2021 renewed with UHC and Express Scripts, and there were no plan designs, no plan design changes. The rates remain the same for the retirees due to a one-time subsidy increase given premium credits received. As part of the COVID situation we were under, many of the carriers gave credits because services were depressed due to the lockdown. Rates increased for survivors who are not eligible for the subsidy. The St. Louis Retirement Systems Medical, the premium rates for UHC Medicare plans increased 3%. There were no plan changes, and the Silver Sneaker Fitness Program was replaced. And again, this is all 2021 information. Next slide. The dental plan with MetLife was in the final year of its rate guarantee, and that was negotiated in 2020. The initial combined renewal came in at 9.5%, and Gallagher was negotiated this down to 6.5%. PSRS renewed with MetLife with a one-year rate guarantee. The vision plan was with VBA under a multi-year rate guarantee. The retirement system has been with VBA for many years. The rates in the plan designs are effective through 12/31/2023. Next slide, please. Quickly go through the current enrollment. Nothing really jumped out here from my point of view. On the right are the 2020 enrollment for right around this time of the year. And the ones in the middle, the 333, is the current enrollment, the most current enrollment for this 2021 period, approaching 2022. So we have a breakdown of those. Also, we have a breakdown of the enrollment of the UHC buy-up medical plans. And overall, there's been some decline in participation or eligible people, but overall it's stable. Next. Current enrollments. So with the UHC Medicare Advantage plan, and we'll talk a little bit more about that for 2022. They have 500 both years, 381, 557 for the gold option, with a total of 1,438 participants. That was down about 50 participants. The MetLife dental plan was down. The high option was down some, and some of the people migrated to the low option, but your total participation was 2,685. The vision plan was 2,513, and excuse me, and that's down from nearly 3,000 in 2020. Next slide, please. So now we're approaching the new information, the 2020 medical, dental, and vision renewal, and the request for proposal summary. The St. Louis Public Schools conducted an RFP process for their medical plans. They will be renewing with UHC and Express Scripts for 2022. Rates will be increasing for both the retirees and the survivors. And the details will be on the rate sheets, which you should have. The retirement system medical, positive news here, the premium rates for the UHC medical plans are not changing. The rates will be the same. There's no plan design changes. And there's an additional benefit. This is really a nice benefit. It's called Healthy at Home. And this was added or can be added with no additional cost. And it's designed to help members who are coming back from inpatient admission or a convalescent stay. It'll pay for meal deliveries for the first 2 weeks, post-discharge transportation, in-home personal care. This is really a nice benefit, and this is at no cost to the retirement system or the members. Next slide, please. 2022 medical, dental, and vision renewal and RFP results again. So we, as part of the marching orders from Sue and Dawn, we were also including in the proposals the ability for the staff for the retirement system to participate in the dental and vision plans. And this would be sort of a break from the active plan. And this would streamline the administration, the benefits, and provide the currently seven members more control over those benefits. The dental RFP, the original MetLife renewal presented with a +3% increase, or about 34,000. There's about just over $1 million current spend on the dental. An RFP was conducted, yielding favorable results. It was sent to 10 different dental carriers. And as part of the strategy was to include dental carriers and vision carriers that did both. But ultimately, as you'll see, we ended up going with just dental and vision carriers as a recommendation. Finalists were selected based on financial and network results. The finalists MetLife, Cigna, Delta Dental, and Missouri and Guardian. Just a quick commercial for Sue and Dawn. This is probably a 20 to 25 hour experience with the meetings, the analyzing, maybe even more. Just a pat on the back. They hung in there more than I was able to. My eyes started clouding over, but MetLife did revise their renewal to a -7%, and that's almost an $80,000 annual decrease. And the recommendation ultimately is to move to Delta Dental in Missouri. The rates are lower by about 8% or 91,000. There's a very strong network, 70% match in their, what we call their PPO network, and then a 23% match with their premier network where there'll be no balance billing. So conceivably you're in the 90s where if one of your members goes to a dentist, they'll have plenty of access to dentists that will not balance bill and that accept the Delta dental charge. And that is a very strong selling point. The additional, with Sue and Dawn's coaching, we pushed to get the Max Advantage program included. This promotes preventative services, and those preventative services are not applied towards a calendar year max. So that really promotes preventative services. People don't have to worry about running out of benefit. The Delta Dental has agreed to include the retirement system staff as a separate class under the coverage. And this would cost an additional $700 to move the staff from the active St. Louis retirement plan to their own, which is not real significant considering the savings that we're looking at. Next slide. I know we're going quickly. We'll certainly have plenty of time for questions. The retirement system vision, the vision plan is with VBA, and it was in the middle of a multi-year rate guarantee through 12/31 of 2023. Many of the carriers offer both dental and vision, so the decision was made to market the vision along with the dental RFP, hoping that one plan would come to the table with two good, solid benefits and rates. But as it turns out, we'll be looking at separate carriers for both the vision and the dental. Again, an RFP was conducted for the vision plan. Another 10 or 11 carriers came in, and they were above current costs. So VBA revised the renewal to a negative 11.9 or almost 12%, which is a $12,000 annual decrease based on the market results. The finalists were selected, and the recommendation is to move to IMED. They have providing lower rates than the current, and that again would be a $9,763 annual decrease. They have a very strong network, 92% match to current providers. However, one of the differentiators is that there were a lot more providers. There are a lot more access providers available than the VBA system provides. There are also additional discounts for services available on top of the materials allowance. So it's a stronger plan. And they would have agreed to include the retirement system staff as a separate plan. And that would be an additional $75 a year to move the staff to their own plan, to the retirement plan. Total additional cost of $800 to move staff away. Oh, I'm sorry. Is offset. Oh, for both, offset by the over 9,000 savings from the reduced vision cost. Next slide, please. Open enrollment schedule. We have designed, well, Sue and Dawn have designed an open enrollment schedule. This will be virtually done with live webinars for your participants. And the carriers have agreed to participate in those. An account manager for UHC, Express Scripts, Delta Dental, and IMED. I would like to open it up to any questions, discussion, items. I know I went quickly, but any questions that we can answer? Okay, next slide, please.
I have a question.
Oh, sure.
My question would be, you said something about VBA was a multi-year contract.
Correct.
And so we breaking the contract. If approved, will we break the contract to go to IMED?
It's really a rate guarantee, but yes. So the rate guarantee was for 4 years when it was at the inception, and we were entering the 3rd year of that rate guarantee. It's not a committed contract, meaning you have to fulfill that. So, but you are correct. We will be we'll be moving to, the recommendation is to move to IMED, and that will be another 4-year rate guarantee.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Any other questions? Any other questions? Sue?
I guess I would just say that one of the items, again, that we looked at was moving the staff away into the plan that we offer to our retirees. Again, just as a discussion point, we do have an agreement with St. Louis Public Schools, and it's awesome that they offer those benefits to us. But I know, our group is probably a little difficult for them to administer our group. So, if we have the opportunity and these carriers allowed it, then, I just, want that opportunity to talk with SLPS, and we still would want to be covered under their medical. Now, they also were in their life insurance program. So Mark and Gallagher are going to continue to look at life insurance, but with medical, there's really not any way we could match the current plan that we have with SLPS. So again, it's awesome that they allow us to participate in that plan, but I know that's got to be difficult for them to manage our group. So just wanted to bring that up for the board to think about and look at, because, you know, that way we can open the discussion with SLPS, and, you know, if the board approves and as long as SLPS allows us to remain with their medical, then, you know, we really could move and be independent for dental and vision, because we offer some very good plans to our retirees, and we would, staff would participate in that as well.
Okay. Any
Um,
questions? Go ahead, Mark.
Oh, no, I just wanted to see if there were any other comments.
Okay, that being said, I guess we can move on, Sue.
To the next slide. This is, these are the motions for approval. And I'm not sure if we do that now, Sue or Louis, or?
Yeah.
We can do that now.
Mhm.
Tony, could you read the motion?
Which Tony, are you saying me?
Yeah, Tony Collins Cousins, could you read the motion for approval?
I'm sorry, I would like to make a motion for approval of the presentation presented.
Yeah, let's see.
She might not be able to see it.
She's
I don't
driving.
think you can see the whole
Yeah.
motion. Can you see the whole motion, Tony?
She's driving.
Okay, I
she's-
see it. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm-
go ahead.
so there's actually 5 different motions.
Yes, 5
Okay.
different motions.
Okay, I make a motion for approval to adopt the insurance renewals for 2 SLPS United Healthcare Pro plans with Express Script RX as presented by the insurance consultant. Can I get a
Okay,
second?
is there a second?
Second,
Who was that?
Donna.
Okay, Donna. Okay, it's been probably moved in second. All in favor? We're gonna do a
Aye.
roll call.
We'll do a roll call. Yeah.
Okay,
So Angela Banks,
Yes.
Christina Bennett,
Yes.
Tony Cousins,
Yes.
Louis Cross,
yes.
Sheila Goodwin,
Yes.
Donna Jones,
Yes.
Yvette Levy,
Yes.
Bobby Richardson,
Yes.
Albert Sanders,
Yes.
and Justin Stein.
Yes.
Okay, so we have 10 yes votes. The motion carries.
Okay. Tony, can you do the second one?
Yes, I can, sir. I make a motion for approval to adopt the insurance renewals for United Healthcare PPO High, Low, and Gold Medicare options, including the Healthy at Home program as presented by the insurance consultant.
Is
Can
there
I
a
get
second?
Richardson, second.
Okay, we'll do a roll call vote.
Angela Banks,
Yes.
Christina Bennett,
Yes.
Antoinette Cousins,
Yes.
Louis Cross,
Yes.
Sheila Goodwin,
Yes.
Donna Jones,
And I will return.
I'm sorry, didn't catch Donna.
Donna, we couldn't hear you. Is she-
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
Was that
I
Donna?
don't know what's
Yes.
going on.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, Yvette Levy,
Yes.
Bobby Richardson,
Yes.
Albert Sanders,
Yes.
Justin Stein.
Yes.
Okay, so once again, we have 10. Motion carries.
Okay, Tony, you can go on and do the other three.
I make a motion for approval to adopt the move to Delta Dental of Mo for both the dental high and low options as presented by the insurance consultant.
Is there a second?
Richardson, second.
Okay, roll call vote.
Angela Banks,
Yes.
Christina Bennett, we still have Christina,
Christina, are you there?
She's not on.
Okay,
okay. Antoinette Cousins,
Yes.
Lewis Cross,
yes.
Sheila Goodwin,
Yes.
Donna Jones,
Yes.
Yvette Levy,
Yes.
Bobby Richardson,
Yes.
Albert Sanders,
Yes.
Justin Stein.
Yes.
Okay, so that is 9. Once we get Christina back. Okay, so motion carries.
Okay, Tony.
Make a motion to approve for approval to adopt the move to IMED for the vision plan as presented by the insurance consultant.
There's a second.
Richardson, second.
Okay, roll call vote.
Angela Banks,
Yes.
Christina Bennett, she got back on. Okay. Antoinette Cousins,
Yes.
Lewis Cross,
Yes.
Sheila Goodwin,
Yes.
Donna Jones,
Yes.
Yvette Levy,
Yes.
Christina back. Bobby Richardson,
Yes.
Albert Sanders,
Yes.
Justin Stein.
Yes.
Okay,
Christina Bennett, yes.
okay, thank you. So again, we have 10 yes, so the motion carries.
I make a motion for approval to adopt the PSRS staff being added as a separate class for coverage under the Delta and Vision plan.
Richardson, yes. I mean, second.
Roll call vote.
Okay, Angela Banks,
Yes.
Christina Bennett,
Yes.
Antoinette Cousins,
Yes.
Lewis Cross,
Yes.
Sheila Goodwin,
Yes.
Donna Jones,
Yes.
Yvette Levy,
Yes.
Bobby Richardson,
Yes.
Albert Sanders,
Yes.
Justin Stein.
Yes.
Okay, so that's 10, motion carries.
Okay. Anything else, Sue, before we move on to the next item?
Yeah, I guess just if Dawn or Mark or have any other comments.
I
Go ahead, Dawn.
I just wanted to say thank you to everyone.
Okay, and Donna, thank you and Mark and Sue for your time and efforts in this matter. Very pleased with the outcome. Okay, we'll move on to a report of the investment consultant. Is there one?
He is not on.
Okay, then the report of the actuary.
And he is not on the meeting either.
Okay, then we'll do the reports of committees of the board, which is tab 3. Benefits Committee, co-chair Donna Jones and Bobby Richardson, you have a report?
I would like to say I sat in on the last meeting with Gallagher. It was a great review, and I'm glad everybody accept our recommendations. Thank you.
Donna, you have anything to add? Okay. All right. Trustee business, Sheila Goodwin and Albert Sanders.
No
Can they hear
report
us?
from me.
No report? Okay, Sheila?
I'm rescheduling a meeting to review the voucher for when we start traveling and we have to, for reimbursement or request for funds ahead of time. And I would like, after I consult with the chairperson of the board, if we could do this at another meeting, because it really won't take a long time to do. Or would you prefer for me to have it separate, a separate meeting with the members?
Sue, what would be the most advantageous way to accomplish that goal?
Well, we did have some other training items on the list. I think there were some topics that the trustees had come up with, I think in maybe 2020. So maybe we could look at those items and see if maybe we could combine those two things. So maybe Sheila, Albert, Lewis, we can touch base and see if there's any other hot topics on that list that we might want to do in a separate meeting for the with
Okay.
the trustee business committee.
All right,
Okay,
well then we'll
Susan,
be in.
I'll go over with Susan and see what we have available.
Okay, and Dr. Sanders, you and Sheila and we can get together and get that done because we do need to get that information out to all the trustees because we do have some conferences coming up that we may want to attend. Okay, next investments, Christina Bennett and Albert Sanders.
I would say that we have a very full September meeting coming up. We made some great selections in our last meeting that we will look forward to moving forward. So we've got a full real estate as well as two private equity providers that we're going to look at in September. So mark your schedules. That might, hopefully it won't be too long, but I wanted to get everybody prepped for that. One is a real estate discussion in reviewing. That presentation is ready to go for September. And then looking at Harbor Vest and Fairview Capital to round out our private equity allocation for the next probably 15 months. So just you'll get a reminder coming up soon from Sue on that meeting for September.
Okay, Dr. Sanders, you have anything to add?
No, sir.
Okay. All right, then we'll move on to the legislative rules and regulations. And before you, if you have a report, I just want to say that I'm appointing Trustee Tony Cousins to that committee. Right now, Justin is the sole chairperson, and so now we will have co-chairs of that committee now that we have a new member. So Justin, and do you have a report?
No, I don't. I enjoyed going to Kansas City or to Jeff City and meeting some of the Missouri legislators and just kind of meet and greet, letting them know that we want to tweak our pension plan. So I kind of look forward to recommendations from Matt and our lawyers, as to how we can, enhance our system. So
Okay.
I haven't called any meetings or, that's all I've got, really.
Okay, and I would hope that you and I and Sue and Tony can get together and along with the attorneys and other board members so that we can find out exactly where we are with getting a proposal together to get something similar to what the Kansas City School District has to stop the bleeding on our pension fund.
Okay.
Tony, did you have anything to add?
No, I would just love to get, we can get them in pretty soon because I know session will be beginning, and I kind of want to wrap my head around what's really going on in reference to what legislation is out there and how we would come up with a plan of action to address the concerns that we have.
Very good. We'll make sure that happens. Personal and professional contracts, Principal Levy and Angela Banks. You have a report?
No, we don't. I don't have a report. Angie, do you have anything?
No, other than the fact that there have been some proposals that have come in, and we'll be looking forward to reviewing those, I think, beginning next week.
Which ones would they be, Angie? Do you know?
For actuarial services and investment consulting services.
Okay. So we've already sent out the RFPs on that. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, so we move on to new business. Do we have any?
I don't have any new business.
Any trustees have any new business? Okay, we'll move on to the report of the attorney, Matt.
Yes, Mr. Cross.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
I guess to echo the discussion that was just had regarding the Legislative Rules and Regulations Committee, we've actually put some items together for discussion today. And that's one thing that's going to be part of my report, is sort of how we proceed forward on that. So I think if we can go into closed session so we can talk about some of those items.
Okay, Donna, could you read that motion to go into closed session for me, please? Do you have that available to you? Donna? I guess, I don't know if she's with us. Okay, well, Tony, can you read that proposal for going to closed session?
Donna is with us. She's getting her, Donna's coming.
Yeah.
Oh, she's coming? Okay,
Okay. Is this to close the meeting?
yes.
Yes.
The possible motions.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion to close the meeting and that all records and votes to the extent permitted by pertaining to and be closed under RSM 610-0211 for the purpose of having a confidential or communication with the legal or PSR SSTL on legal matters.
Second.
Roll call vote.
And I'm sorry, who seconded?
Ms. Cousins.
Okay, thank you.
And we need a roll call vote.
Angela Banks,
Yes.
Christina Bennett,
Yes.
Antoinette Cousins,
Yes.
Lewis Cross,
Yes.
Sheila Goodwin,
Yes.
Donna Jones,
Yes.
Yvette Levy,
Yes.
Bobby Richardson,
Yes.
Albert Sanders,
Yes.
and Justin Stein.
Yes.
All right, so we have 10, the motion carries. Give me a few to stop the recording.
Okay,
Let me just make sure we're live again.
live.
Okay, looks like we are live.
Okay, I think the only item on the agenda now is a motion to adjourn. Did anybody want to make?
I make a motion that we adjourn our Board of Trustee meetings on this date, August 16th, 2021
Everyone second?
I would have finished with my
All in
motion.
favor?
Aye.
All right. All right. Well, thank you all so much and for your attendance, and you all have a good evening.
Have a good evening.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Good
Thank
night.
you all so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Matt. Thank you, Matt. Tony, call me.
Yeah.
Thanks, Sue.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.